I'm about to get him some sleepy tea. Sleepy time.
I'm live.
You played.
Uh,
You did for real. You just played.
Peace. Give me a second, y'all. Hope y'all got your pencils and your papers. You know, I like to give everybody a couple of minutes. We fashionably late, but it is what it is. Get your pencils and your papers. We're gonna do a little summary and an intro. Like I said, right now we courting y'all, man. Hoping y'all become students and members, so we can do this the right way. So give me 1 second. We got 2 more minutes. Give me 1 more second. We got 2 more minutes. We're gonna jump into the teachings.
what?
Nothing. I said nothing. I said wah, like Charlie Brown. You right with y'all, man? We're going to get this started. Get your pencils and your pen.
What is
Everybody good? Let me get my mic on. Can everybody hear me? If you can hear me, say Islam. If everybody can hear me, say Islam. Let me put my mic in. We're going to jump right into these teachings.
You up to the
Put some ginger root in there. Just a little bit. You hear me? You hear me? My tea. Ginger in my tea. Thank you, Empress. My mic on right. Islam Moors, can y'all hear me? If y'all can hear me, say Islam. If Moors can hear me, say Islam. If Moors can hear me, say Islam, 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 if y'all can hear me. We're going to get right into these teachings. If Moors can hear me, let me hear that Islam, Moors. I need to hear it. I need to hear that Islam. We're going to get into these teachings. Can y'all hear what I'm saying, Moors? Come on, man, we need the response. If Morris can hear. All right, thank you. Can Morris hear? Empress, can you get my phone over there? It's over there on the laptop. Once again, thanks for the donation, Morris. I'm telling you, we couldn't do this without y'all, Morris. So please send donations in. My phone. It should be over there. My phone not over there? Yes. Moors, if y'all like the messages, man, a donation, a $5, $10 donation. Just like if I was listening to you, I would give it with no problem. Thank you. Especially if we like what we're hearing. Okay. Oh, that was what she want. Madison. I have to call it back. But Moors, I'm telling you, hold on. Oh, thank you for the donation. Oh, okay, that was yesterday, okay. No. Oh. Sorry about that, y'all. I was just reading emails and texts. But thank you, everybody, for the donation. If anybody want to send a love token, no matter what it is, because it's all from the heart. And you can do anything with your finances. But if I'm feeding you and you like what you're saying, like I said, all donations, man, it's appreciated. It's Cash App, $KG Bay. If Moors want to become students and members of our organization, which is tax exempt, I will send you a copy of our syllabus and our enrollment package and what it consists of. All you got to do is send me your email or send me your email to my email. My Gmail is Goodman, Goodman, Khary, Khary, @gmail.com. Because I promise you, Moors, in a minute we're going to be off YouTube. What I'm doing right now is courting Moors to show y'all a clean glass and a dirty glass, to show you how a Moor that's a true adept, that's a true educator, that's a true scholar, is going to educate you the right way, because we've been miseducated by our own so-called brothers with fezzes and turbans on. They fraudulently conceal stuff from you guys, and it's called another thing in law, they premeditated you, because they sat and thought about how a way to scheme Negroes. Man, if I showed y'all all the emails that I get every day about Moors talk about nationalize them, and they got nationalized through some Moorish American consulate, do y'all know how many Moors been scammed, man? And that's why I laugh. If I read the emails to y'all that I get every day from Moors talking about, oh, Moor, I went through the Moorish American consulate and this, and I'm like, what consulate? What consulate you went through? No upright Moor is going to scam you like that. I would never do that. That's why I tell Moors when they deal with me, and they don't deal with me because they think they finna get something free. And they don't want to deal. They want to waste their finances on garbage. And that's not what this is about. I'm telling you, so many Moors just wasted their money talking about they want to nationalize and become a Moor. I'm like, man, what are you talking about? I told Moors, a lot of Moors are confused on navigating because they're not properly educated on the national and the civic side and our divine creed. Moors are miseducated, and you need to be educated on this science. You don't need to be caught up by no con artists that just want to make money off of you. It's only one more science, only one more science temple. Certain numbers are used for the more science temple only. You do not need to be caught up in no fraudulent garbage. There's no reason for that. There's no reason for no whole bunch of fake cards from you getting from people. None of that shit mean nothing. I'm telling you. I show y'all my ID and all my stuff through the temple and my adept science. None of it means nothing if we don't take it to the world courts. The job was not finished. I demonstrate this over and over and over. So stop letting Moors getting y'all caught up in garbage thinking that y'all want a card so bad. What the hell a card gonna do for you? What is a card gonna do for you? What is a car going to do for you that some Negro made you? Why do you want a car so damn bad? What is that proving? That card that you got that some Negro printed you don't mean a damn thing. It's only one more science temple. I don't give a damn if somebody act like they the more science temple or get some charter off the internet and say they more science temple. If they're not doing the will of Allah, which is making our Negro, blacks of color and misnomer Latinos and Mexicans member of the Moorish Science Temple, where they can be counted in the Moorish Vital Bureau of Statistics, and we take it to the world courts, which is duality of the AA22 number. Moors need to stop lying to Negroes. Moors need to stop lying to Negroes, telling them that 1010 number is some damn trust. That ain't no damn trust. That's an affidavit of organization that can be looked up from the CCRD, that can be paid for, that can be had for a small fee. Y'all know I'm telling the truth. I done destroy all that garbage. I don't give a damn if it's from some old line sheik or some new young fool. So let's deal with this, man, and move forward. I told y'all, man, I'm only here for a minute. It's going to be a lot of Moors that's going to go to jail. It's going to be a lot of Moors that's going to be looked at as some stupid-ass domestic terrorists. Listen to these fools using y'all as domestic terrorists. Got y'all doing this garbage they ain't even doing. None of that crap is no more science. Y'all should know better than that. And you should be ashamed of yourself. Especially these Negroes talk about they done nationalized through some Moorish American consulate. And then no disrespect to nobody. I'm not going to say no names. And then talk about, then when I illuminate the stuff, and then the Moor said, yeah, I know now it's too late. So you just done jumped in some shit. Excuse my candor. And we can tell that somebody tennis shoes fake or somebody jewelry fake. But you can't tell when somebody coming to you with some fake law that's got you caught up in some card. Like some Negro is the law. And I be telling Moors, you got to stop being gullible and stupid. The only way that's going to get you out the fire is going back through the fire. Dealing with a brother that's real, not that garbage. So let's deal with our prophet. And our prophet warns all Muslims, governors, ordered to read the proclamation at each meeting. So like I said, I'm not here for likes, man. Everything I give Moors is peer-reviewed scholarly research. I give you stuff that can be looked up. I'm not here for you to follow me because you like what I'm saying or you believe. You shouldn't give a damn what I believe. You should be dealing with the science. You should be dealing with 1 Thessalonians 5:21. Prove all things because the science it liberates. We ain't dealing with theory. We know the theory. We know all that arbitrary connotated religious dogma. We know that. So, our prophet, I hereby inform all members that they must end all radical, agitating speeches while at work, in their homes or in the streets. We are for peace and not destruction. Stop flashing your cards at Europeans. It causes confusion. Remember, your card is for your salvation. Failure to obey these orders will be a severe consequence. We are for love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice, and my 2 cents Moors, health and wealth. And when these principles are violated, justice must then take its course. Any member or group of members who hold malicious feelings toward the temple of the prophet or violate the divine covenant of the Moorish movement will receive their reward from Allah for their unjust deeds. All true Moors will and must obey the law as laid down to them by their prophet. If they lose confidence in their prophet, they should turn in their card, button, cease wearing a turban and fez, and return to the state where I, the prophet, found you. This is a holy and divine movement founded by the prophet Noble Jew Ali. And if the prophet is not right, the temple is not right. The prophet, therefore, is sending out the divine plea to all Moorish Americans that they do their part in protecting the prophet and the temple. This is an everlasting movement founded by the prophet through the will of Allah to redeem his people from their sinful ways. By the order of Prophet Noble Jew Ali. I want to be clear. Moorish science is not no Al-Islam. We are not practicing no Al-Islam. That is not what we practice here. In Moorish science, Allah and man are one. If any Negro tell you that there's some outside stuff, Moorish science is not no religion. Our religion is Islamism, Hebrewism, connecting God and man as one. Anything outside of that is true shirk. Y'all got to understand that. Our Moorish American prayer. 2 on the left, 5 on the right. We don't have to stand to the east because the closest place to meet Allah is in the heart. Don't let nobody tell you that all those outside directions, we're not lost. I'm not lost. I'm at home. I'm giving you the depth wisdom. The closest way to meet Allah is in the heart. A lot of stuff people telling you to do, if you read your Quran the proper way, and if you have a right guide, that was for the slave. The time was for you to rest and meditate. Allah, the Father of the universe, the Father of love, truth, peace, freedom, justice. Allah is my protector, my guide, and my salvation by night and by day through his holy prophet, Noble Jew Ali. Islam, assalamu alaikum, shalom alaikum, peace be with you. Ayah Asha Ayah. Islam Moors? Islam Moors. Islam Moors. Talk to me. Thanks for the donation. Moors, what are we studying? If Moors say they studying Moorish science, what are you studying? How can you be saying you studying more science and you're not studying your Moore's Quran? Thank for the donation. I done told Moore's over and over. We're gonna be gone real soon. I can't believe Moore's still getting hustled. I can't believe people getting caught up. Moore's talk about they done went through some Moorish American consulate and some MAC number, and now everything is coming to the light and all that fraud. See, this is not hate. If we're gonna clean this movement up, man, I'm a Moor from the temple. And just because I got a degree from the temple in the world don't mean I'm better than you, but it's a certain way I do things. Look at all these Moors, that Moorish American consulate and all that fraudulent stuff. All garbage. All garbage, Moors. We got to deal with that. How some nigger at home gonna nationalize you, Moors, and y'all give them y'all money? I mean, what make us so stupid and gullible? I don't get this. Moors want a card so bad that you will let somebody make you a card at home and you will send them your money, and they'll make up some stuff, talk about this some Moorish American consulate, and then all you got to ask them, what Moorish American consulate? What MAC number? I done told you all that stuff is fraud. A 1010 number is not no trust. I'm telling you, all that other stuff is fraud if you understand international law. And if you're dealing with an upright Moor, no man, no woman has the right to nationalize you. That's fraud. So let's deal with it. How can you say you studying more science and you talk about you studying with some sheik and they not giving you the basic lessons for your Moore's Quran? This is the elementary lessons, our Moore's Quran, and then our 101 keys. Do Moors know our 101 keys? Yes or no? Do Moors know our 101 keys? Because we're going to walk through some stuff. Just like I asked Brother Abir Bey, and it's no disrespect when I say, when Moors ask me certain questions, and then they have the fez on, and I say, well, if you have the fez on, you should understand the 32 and 33 degrees and the material wisdom. And the first thing I ask Moors is, do you understand, whatever catchphrase, do you understand the 101 keys? Yes or no, Moors? And do you have them? The Moors on here, I want a yes or no answer back from me, because this is how we learn. We got to learn like this, man. We got to start with baby steps, because Moors jumping all over the place, getting themselves in trouble. And I'm like, you want to deal with advanced civics and you ain't even deal with the prereqs first. That's why you getting in trouble. You didn't let some nigga put a fez on and I got you caught up in a whole bunch of garbage and they laughing at you. So the first question I ask Moors, do you have the 101 keys? Yes or no? And do you understand them? Yes or no? Yes or no? Yes or no? Not only do you have them, do you understand them? Because if you say you understand them, now we got to break it down. So do you have them and do you understand them? Yes or no, Moors? Respond to me. That's simple. Yes or no. It's a yes, yes, and a no, no. Okay, Yabani said yes. So you have them and you understand them. Okay. Solomon Abir, do you understand the 101s? Yes? You understand them? Solomon? You understand them? I'm asking everybody that's on here so far. Do y'all understand the 101s? Because we about to run through it. We about to run through this today. This Sunday school. We're going to see if we're clear with what we understand whatever catchphrase. I'm about to give y'all baby steps and watch what I say. Okay? We about to see. Solomon, you rocking with it? Solomon? Because I'm going to ask you a question. All right? We finna rock and roll. Let's go. Let's go. So, of course, we know who made us, right? We know who made us. I know we know who made us. Who is Allah? We should know who Allah is. Can we see him? Can we see Allah? These are simple questions. Can we see Allah? Yes or no? Can we see Allah? Let's see how we answer this. Can we see Allah? Based on our one-on-ones. I want to see, come on, you ain't the only one on here, Yabani. And more, I want y'all to be honest from our one-on-ones. And don't try to put, we should know this. Can we see him? One more said yes and no. Okay, but I disagree when you say yes and no. Because you have to explain that yes or no. I get where you're saying. Don't get me wrong, D Bridge Bay. You're correct in one saying, but I'm saying based on our one-on-one keys, Noble. I get where you're saying. If you want to break it down in layman terms, no disrespect, but I'm breaking it down specifically based off our one-on-one keys. That's all I'm saying. Based off our one-on-one keys, can we see him? Based off our one-on-one keys, can we see him? Yes or no? Based off our one-on-one keys, can we see him? Yes or no? Because I want the Noble to correct that once he go through our one-on-one keys. Because see, a lot of things is not, because a lot of stuff is not to be debated. More just want to debate because that's their lower self, and there's nothing here to be debated. If we initiate it and we're going through the teachers, we're going to stick with it. Can we see him? Absolutely not. Where's the nearest place we can meet him? Where's the nearest place we can meet Allah, y'all? Yep. Where's the nearest place we can meet Allah? And watch, I'm going to break something down to you. And I'm going to correct one of our prayers when they tell you this. And I'm going to tell you, we ain't lost. Right, Yabani? Where's the nearest place we meet him? Come on, Moors. It's more than us. We got to answer this. If we can know, this is how we learn. In the heart, Islam. In the heart, Islam. So, now think about this, and I'm going to correct these teachings. If the nearest place we can meet Allah is in the heart, who told you to turn to the east? What turning to the east going to do? Is that going to get you any closer to Allah? Is turning to the east when some man telling you stuff and I'm coming from a depth wisdom, a higher science, I don't give a damn if you turn to the north, south, east, west, north, south, east, whatever. If your heart is not right, you turn it anywhere physically don't mean a damn thing. If the heart is not pure, Islam, Moors. I know y'all following what I'm saying. Who is Noble Jew Ali? Who is Noble Jew Ali? Who is Noble Jew Ali? That's right. Who is Noble Jew Ali? Who is Noble Jew Ali? This is the basics. Who is Noble Jew Ali? Who is Noble Jew Ali, Morris? Come on. This is simple. Based off our one-on-one keys. I want specifics. Based off our one-on-one keys, Morris. These are our basics. That's right, Solomon. Come on, y'all. Who is Noble Jew Ali? But yes, he's our prophet. But who is he based off our one-on-one keys? Yes, he's our prophet. I want specifics. I want specifics, Morris. Who is Noble Jew Ali based off our one-on-one keys? You said, yes, he's our prophet. But who is he based off our one-on-one keys, Morris? I want specifics. Who is Noble Jew Ali? Come on, Morris. Nope. Come on, Morris. Based off our one-on-one keys. Yes, he's our prophet. But based off our one-on-one keys, who is Noble Jew Ali? Come on, Morris. Come on, Morris. Yes, he's our prophet. But what is it based off our one-on-one keys? We only in question number 5. And we stuck already? That's why I be saying more should be studying. This is the basic stuff. This is the basics. That's right. Masiel, he's Allah's prophet. What is a prophet? What is a prophet? This, y'all should know this. You should have this in your back pocket. What is a prophet? What is a prophet? Come on, Morris. See, and I know y'all looking it up. You should. If you don't know, what is a prophet? What is a prophet? I want the specific answer. What is a prophet? Because if you was teaching me and I didn't know, don't just give me no whole bunch of stuff out your head. You better teach me. Show me the teachings. What is a prophet? That's right. Come on, Maso. I mean, come on, y'all. But yeah, we a thought of Allah. But we just much more than a thought of Allah. If you understand the seraphim and the cherubim, we much more than a thought of Allah. You have to be manifested in the flesh. Are y'all understanding me? So when y'all get this garbage, y'all talk about a prophet and angel. A prophet is a thought of Allah manifested in the flesh. Are y'all listening to me? A prophet is a thought of Allah manifested in the flesh. You looking at one right now. When you look in the mirror, you looking at a thought of Allah manifested in the flesh. Are y'all listening to me? What is the duty of a prophet? What is the duty of a prophet? Talk to me, Moors. What is the duty of a prophet? Hey, y'all, my mom gonna say, give me the lottery number. Hey, you know my family crazy, man. What is the duty of a prophet? That's right, Yabani. We know who the founder of the Moorish Science Temple of America is, Noble Jew Ali. So then we got to ask Negroes when they make up stuff, who is the founder of the Moorish Science Temple of the world? And I don't want to laugh because it'd be funny to me. What year was the Moorish Science Temple of America founded? 1913. Where? New York, New Jersey. Where was Noble Drew Ali born? State of North Carolina, 1886. What is his nationality? Moorish American. What is your nationality? Moorish American. Why are we Moorish Americans? Listen, we ain't no damn Moroccan citizens. How some more gonna print you an ID card and put on there the Free Sundry More Act? And then I ask you, are you a citizen of Morocco? See, that's dumb. Because we are descendants of Moroccans and born in America. For what purpose was the Moorish Science Temple of America founded? For the uplifting of fallen humanity. How did our prophet begin to uplift the Moorish Americans? By teaching us to be ourselves. What is our religion? Islamism. Is that a new or is that an old time religion? Old time. What kind of flag is the Moorish? It is a red flag with a 5-pointed green star in the center. What other flag you see in our prophet waving? And then you got all these Negroes making all these old flags, talking about this is the oldest flag. See, I ain't got time for nobody trying to recreate something that you can't recreate. You wasting your time. What do the 5 points represent? Love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. The flag is over 50,000 years old. Which is our holy day? Friday. Because Friday is the day on which man was formed in the flesh. And it was on Friday when he departed out of the flesh. Now, we have verse 24. This, now, Abir Bay, now we finna dig. This what I love. Who was Jesus? Who was Jesus? And then I hope y'all remember what a prophet is in question 6. Now we going back to question 24. Who was Jesus? Watch this, Isis. Who was Jesus? Who was Jesus, Morris? Who was Jesus? Who was Jesus based off our 101s? And then I want to see why Morris this and stuff. You ain't studying a damn thing. You damn sure ain't studied your Morris Quran. I'ma wait. Who was Jesus? What? Say it again, Abani. Say it loud and clear. Who was Jesus? Who was Jesus, Morris? Who was Jesus, Morris? Come on. A what? A prophet of Allah. Come on, everybody else, every more on here. So you won't be confused. So you can get all them cobwebs out your brain with these Negroes talk about putting a picture of something, no disrespect to nobody. A lighter colored you or an Albanian talk about this ain't no Jesus. Show me the Bible that's some Jesus. That's the Nazarene. Nowhere. The followers of Yahshua wore turbans and bonnets with the jewel on their head. Y'all better stop playing with me. I don't care what Bible you get. That's the continent of Africa. Now we're gonna go back to question 6. What is a prophet? Listen to me. A prophet is a thought of Allah manifested in the flesh. Now we're going back to question 24. Who was Jesus? Come on, answer that again. I want everybody to answer that again for me. Who was Jesus, Morris? Who was Jesus? Come on, say that again. Or Yahshua, because the never other J in the Hebrew dialect. So y'all can stop this and stuff. So anymore talk about they studying more science, all that garbage they posting. You ain't posting nothing real and knowledgeable because you posting pseudo-academia and Eurocentric and Negro-centric propaganda. And when I give you a proper education, I will show you everything was whitewashed. Period.
That's right, Yabani. Based off our teachings, based off, watch, I'm going to give us a crash course. So how can a more did something? Jesus, he was a prophet of Allah. Where was he born? Watch this. Where was he born, Brother Yabani? And then I'm going to break some down that's in our paperwork. And then I want to see how these goofy ass Moors come up with this garbage. Where was he born, Yabani? Where was he born? Watch this. Watch this, Yabani. Where was he born? Come on, y'all. And give it all to me. Give it all to me. Where was he born? Based off our one-on-ones. We're going to correct all these liars. I told y'all, truth has no size, man. How you going to talk about you don't need to be illuminated and you don't need to have no degrees? You got to be crazy. No, give it all to me. Give it all to me, Yabani. Bethlehem, comma, what else? Bethlehem, comma, what else? Comma, in the house of what? Give it all to me, Yabani. Don't just give them a little bit of peace. If you're going to feed them, give them some water, give them some juice, give them all that. Where was he born? Give it all to him so we can be clear. You damn right. So now, in Bethlehem of Judah, in the house of David, where are we from in our paperwork? We're from the tribe of Judah. What else? Lineage of David by what? By blood. That's on our paperwork. Don't get me caught up in no. I'll break this garbage down to y'all and show you that the Asiatic man is the father of civilization proved by the Bible. That's why they don't want to talk about the genealogy of Jesus or Yahshua, because you got to break down Ruth and Moabites, Boaz, Tamar. You got to break down that history, man. Don't play with me. Y'all playing with these goofballs more talk about they sheiks. They can't even break down this science and connect you to the father and mother of the earth. They got y'all gang banging like y'all in some gangs. This one nationality, mini culture, man. This is the United Asia. Y'all better stop playing. Who were his father and mother? Joseph and Mary. Now watch this. Will we give a brief line, a genealogy through which Jesus came? Absolutely we will. Some of the great fathers through which Jesus, which is Joshua, are Abraham, Boaz by Ruth. All more like to talk about Ruth and Moabites, don't they, ISIS? Well, who the hell y'all think they talking about? Jesse, King David, Solomon, Hezekiah, and Joseph by Mary. If y'all start researching all through language, the words was just changed. I'll show y'all this all over and over in history if you are linguistic. Why did Allah send Jesus or Yahshua to this earth? Why? Remember, because the prophet come in the voice of the people. A prophet or a Messiah come for a certain people. Y'all better listen to me. Why did Allah send Jesus to this earth? To save the Israelites from the iron hand oppression of the pale-skinned nations of Europe, who were governing a portion of Palestine at that time. This are our teachings. How long has it been? About 2,000 years ago. What was the nationality of Ruth? What was the nationality of Ruth, Morris? And I broke down what Moabite, Moroccan. Yesterday I showed y'all how all that break down and how it go back to more. What was the nationality of Ruth? What was the nationality of Ruth, Morris? Talk to me. This is simple. I'm going to connect all of it to you. And if you go back on the teaching yesterday, I connected all the linguistics. A Moabitess, a Moor, a Mohammedan. This is simple science. This simple, man. You let Negroes separate us. All the same. All the same. She was a Moabitess. That's why you read in Deuteronomy, that's research when it says the Moralite, the Hamite, the Amalite, the Hamite can't enter the kingdom of God. They naming everybody. Think about it, man. They talking about one person. I promise you this. What is the modern name for Moabites? What is the modern name? Remember I told y'all, you got modern and paleo, ancient paleo. So what is the modern name for Moabites? Watch this. Y'all should know this. What is the modern name for Moabites? What is the modern name for Moabites? What is the modern name for Moabites, Morris? Come on, walk with me. What is the modern name for Moabites? No. What is the modern name for Moabites? What is the modern name for Moabites? Not more. You close, but you on the right wavelength. What is the modern name for Moabites? What is the modern name for Moabites? That's right, Moroccans. You got to understand this. Where is the modern empire? Where is the modern empire? Where is the modern empire, Morris? Where is the modern empire? If you understand geographical landmass, where is the Moroccan Empire? Come on, somebody give it to me. Based off our one-on-ones, it's northwest of Maxima. What is the modern name for Maxima? The modern name is Africa. What is the title given to our ruler in Morocco in the east? Sultan. That's right. Where do we get the name Jesus? Where do we get the name Jesus? Where do we get the name Jesus? Based off our 101s. I want specific. That's why I tell Moors, it's going to be some things we must agree with when I talk about the basics. You cannot skip the prereqs and go to other stuff and get yourself in trouble. No, we got it from the West. I'm talking about basics. You got your 101s in front of you, Abir. You shouldn't have to guess. Where do we get the name Jesus? From the West. No, I didn't ask. I said, where do we get the name Jesus? I said, where do we get the name Jesus? Brother Solomon Abir Bey, you should have your 101s. I emailed them to you. We don't have to guess. We got our teachings. The name come from the West. What does the name Jesus mean? Now, when I say the name Jesus, yes, it means justice. Did the angel give the child that was called Jesus a holy name? Yes, he did. Man, we got to know all this, man. You got to, Abir, you got your 101s.
Don't you got the right answer? I'm trying to answer stuff.
What is an angel? And I just gave you what that, I just broke it all down. What is an angel? What is an angel? What is an angel? Watch this. Let's see. What is an angel? Same thing as this. Same thing as this. What is an angel? What is an angel? Come on, Morris. This is simple. What is an angel, Morris? What is an angel, Morris? Come on, Morris. Come on, Morris. Come on, man. This is simple. What is an angel, Morris? That's why I said we must be in the right auspices for we can have the basics, so we can know for sure. Because there's things that we must agree on, man. What is an angel? I know y'all probably typing. So, angel, the thought of Allah, what? Manifested in the flesh, right? Now listen. So what's a prophet? So what's a prophet? So I'm correcting the teaching. So what's a prophet? So I want to show y'all that these Moors don't understand nothing. So what is a prophet and what is an angel? Based off our teachings. And I hope you come to this conclusion and be like, oh no, but it's the whoopty-whoopty-woo. Wait, come on. Based off our 101s, what is a prophet and what is an angel? I'ma wait. You know what they are, ISIS? Look, I'm gonna see if anybody get the same. I'm gonna see if anybody can get the right answer. I'm looking for one specific word. Hey James. That's why. Hey James Bay. That's right. Say it again, James Bay. Y'all see what brother James Bay that said? Brother, they're the same thing. They're the same thing.
That's what Shams just said.
I heard her. They're the same thing. So why when you let somebody, when I say words have duality, and then we go through things and they be like, oh, it's different. You ain't talking about nothing different. Same damn thing. Are y'all clear with this science, man? Angels are used. If we angels in the flesh, we are used to carry the message to the four corners of the world, to all the nations. And our prophet to us, he was an angel of Allah, who is sent to bring us the everlasting gospel of Allah. And the everlasting gospel is the saving power that comes from Allah through our ancient father, by his prophet in the flesh. In the flesh. You looking at one. What is the covenant of the great God Allah? It's to honor thy father and thy mother, that thy days may be longer upon the earth land, which the Lord thy God Allah has given thee. Come on, man. At what age did Jesus begin to teach? We ain't got to go through all that. Where did he teach? India, Africa, Europe. No, I don't mean no Solomon. I don't mean no Solomon. What you talking? I don't mean no Solomon. What you talking about? I mean Solomon. Where? What you talking about? I mean Solomon. What you talking about? Where I mean Solomon? I mean Solomon where, Noble? Tell me where you think? Huh? Huh? Oh yeah, Solomon. Whoever got it right is Islam. Hell, if you know you got it right, it's Islam. Hell, ain't no pissing contest. What did Jesus say or Yahshua say would make us free? What would make us free? What would make us free? The truth. And what is truth? Truth is aught. And what is aught is Allah. And can truth change? Absolutely not. It can't change or pass away. And what other name do we give the truth? What other name do we give the truth? When I say the truth has no size, I don't give a damn if nobody don't like the truth. Don't make me no different. I scream on the corner, there's more science and law. Nothing I say is illegal. Nothing. I spoke just like this when I got my degrees. I speak just like this in the real world. I know who I am. The great God Allah made me who I am. He made me in his image. What have I to say about the holy breath? All I can say is it is great, it is good, it was, and it is, and evermore to be. I don't want to stay all on this, but I'm just giving a little crash course of our 101s, man. You gotta have this. You should know this. I know Moore's, I'm gonna go back to this Moore's Quran because you should be studying this every day. This ain't no a love novel. This is a holy book. You should know this holy book just like anything else. When I be telling Moore's, when I break down the Silent Brotherhood of the East and the Akashic records, and Moore's thinking that our prophet done got some from some damn Aquarian Gospels, and a European tell you he was nothing but a transcriber, and where he got the science from. Even unto thee I grant. They tell you where they got the science from. Even our prophet does. Come on, man. Y'all got to be crazy. Our prophet said he divinely prepared by the guidance of his father, God, Allah. Come on, man. Right in the beginning of our Moore's Quran, know thyself and the Father God, Allah. The genealogy of Jesus with 18 years of events, life, works, and teachings in India, Europe, and Africa. These events occurred before he was 30 years of age. These secret lessons are for all of those who love Jesus. It says Jesus in our Moore's Quran. And you Negroes, especially when I give y'all science, man, I don't even want to go there. And desire to know about his life, works, and teachings. And then the reason these lessons have not been known is because the Muslims of India, Egypt, and Palestine had these secrets and kept them back from the outside world. And when the time appointed by Allah, they loosened the keys and freed these secrets. And for the first time in ages, have these secrets been delivered in the hands of the Muslims in America, the Muslim of Northwest and Southwest Africa. These are the Muslims, Hamitites, Canaanites, who were driven out of the land of Canaan by Joseph and received permission from the pharaohs of Egypt to settle in that portion of Egypt. In the later years, they formed themselves kingdoms. These kingdoms are called this day Morocco, Algiers, Tunis, Tripoli, etc. The creation of man, that's chapter 1 of our Moore's Quran. No finite mind can comprehend things infinite. All finite things are subject unto change. All finite things will cease to be because there was a time when they were not. The bodies and the souls of men are finite things, and they will change. Ye from the finite point of view, The time will come when they will be no more. I hope y'all understand that. But man himself is not the body nor the soul. He is the spirit and the part of Allah. When we talk about ye cherubim, ye seraphim, ye angels, and ye men, hear now, O protoplasm and earth and plant and beast. Hear now, ye creeping things of the earth, ye fish that swim, ye birds that fly. I hope y'all know what I'm saying. But man, like everything other, thought of Allah was but a seed, and a seed that held within itself the potencies of Allah, just as the seed of any plant on earth holds deep within itself the attributes of every part of that especial plant. There I go with that especial. So spirit man, a seed of Allah, held deep within the bosom in himself or herself the attributes of every part of Allah. Islam Moors? See, this is the Holy Spirit right here. Now seeds are perfect as the source from which they come. What I mean, anything in the womb, what you put in the womb, Empress, is going to come out. Are y'all following me? But they are not unfolded into life manifest. See, the perfect man must pass through all the ways of life. And so a carnal was full manifest, a nature that sprung forth from fleshly things, Moors. And without a foe, Moors, a soldier never knows his strength. And thought must what? Be developed by the exercise of strength. When we talk about the lower and the higher, we're mastering things. And so this carnal nature soon became a foe that man must fight, that he might be the strength of Allah made manifest. Islam Moors, talk to me. This Sunday school, this real Sunday school, man is the Lord of all the plane of manifest or protoplasm, of mineral, of plant, of beast. But he given up, and we given up our birthrights just to gratify our lower self. But man, Moors, the one man will regain our lost estate, our heritage. But we must do it in a conflict, Moors, that cannot be told in words. This is an inward battle, Moors. See, we must suffer trials and temptations and manifold. Y'all understand this? But let us know that our cherubim and our seraphim that rule the stations of the sun and the spirit, Moors, of the mighty Allah, who rule the solar stars, are our protectors and our guide, and they will lead us, Moors, to victory. See, man and woman will be fully saved, redeemed, perfected by the things we suffer on the plane of the flesh and on the plane of the soul. See, when woman has conquered our carnal or our lower self or our desires, our garbs of flesh will then have served its purpose, and well, it will fall and will be no more. When I talk about this science, we control that pendulum, Moors. Then we will stand untrammeled on the plane of this soul, where we must complete our victories. See, unnumbered foes will stand before man upon the plane of the soul, and there she must overcome them, everyone, Moors. And thus hope will ever be our beacon of light. There is no failure for the human soul, Moors, for Allah is leaning on and victory is sure. Man cannot die, Moors. The spirit man is one with Allah. And while Allah lives, man cannot die. So when man has conquered every foe upon this plane of soul, Moors, the seed will have fully opened. It will have blossomed, and it will have unfolded in that holy breath. And the garb of the soul will then have served its purpose well, Moors. And man and woman will need it nevermore. And it will pass and be no more, Moors. And man will then attain unto the blessedness of perfectness and at one with Allah. Man, y'all got to feel this. Chapter 2, the education of Mary and Elizabeth in Zoan, Egypt. I just want to walk through this. Listen to verse 15, how powerful our Moorish Quran is. A mighty work is theirs, for carnal men want not the light. Did y'all hear that? For carnal men, what carnal men? In the flesh, I just want them fleshly desires. For carnal men want not the light. They love the dark. And when the light shines in the dark, they comprehend it not. Ooh, that's ammo. See, we call the sons revealers of the light. We're sons, we giving you this holy breath. But they must have the light before they can receive the light. Did y'all hear that? Let me go back to verse 16. Let me say this one more time. We call these sons revealers of the light, but they must have the light before they can receive the light. You must have that aha moment when that halo above your head, with that light bulb moment come. You must already have a beacon of or a tittle of that light. Are y'all listening to these teachings, man? This is Koranic Studies. This is Sunday school. Verse 17. And you must teach your sons and set their souls on fire. Not with no real, set their souls on fire. What? With the holy breath, with this science, with love and holy zeal, and make them conscious of their missions to the sons of men. Man, when I speak of this, man, look, I get chills on me, man. This is for me. When I speak this science, this holy breath, I get chills down my spine. Teach them that Allah and man are one. But through carnal thoughts and words and deeds, man tore himself away from Allah. We debased ourselves. Teach that the holy breath will make them one again, restoring harmony and peace. That naught can make them one but love. That Allah so loved the world that he has clothed his son in flesh, that man can comprehend. Man, Moors. Elihu's lessons, the unity of life. Blessed are the pure in heart. This verse 3. For they will love and not demand love in return. They will not do to other men what they would not have other men do unto them. There are two selves, the higher and the lower. The higher self is human spirit clothed with soul, made in the form of Allah. The lower self, the carnal self, the body of desires, is a reflection of higher self, distorted by the murky ethers of the flesh. Man, this is powerful. The lower self is an illusion and will pass away. The higher self is Allah and man and will not pass away. The higher self is the embodiment of truth. The lower self is truth reversed. And so is falsehood manifest. The higher self is justice, mercy, love, right. The lower self is what the higher self is not. Man, Moors. The lower self breeds hatred, slander, lewdness, murder, theft, and everything that harms. The higher self is mother of virtues and harmonies of life. I want to keep going. Right? Chapter 4, the death and burial of Elizabeth. Matthew's lessons, the ministry of death. Death is no enemy of man. It is a friend who, when the work of life is done, I'm in verse 3, it just cuts the cord that binds the human boat to the earth, that it may sail on smoother seas. Moors. Verse 8, a crisis in your life has come, and you must have a clear conception of the work that you are called to do. Verse 9, the sages of the ages call you harbinger. The prophets look to you and say, he is Elijah, come again. Verse 10. Man, are y'all listen to this? Your mission here is that of a harbinger. Your mission here is that of a harbinger. For you will go before the Messiah's face to pave his way and make the people ready to receive their king. Man, this readiness is purity of heart. None but the pure in heart can recognize the king. Verse 12, to teach men to be pure in heart, you must yourself be pure in heart and work and deed. Are you following me? Listen to verse 15. The man who stands upon the corners of the paths and points the way. Listen to this. But does not go. Listen to this, Isis. Is just a pointer. And a block of wood can do that. The man who stands upon the corners of the path and points the way, but does not go, is just a pointer. And the block of wood can do the same. Verse 16. See, the teacher treads the way on every span of the ground. He, she, leave his footprints clearly cut, which all can see, and be assured that he, she, their master, went that way. Are y'all following me? Man. Chapter 5. I'm going to start in verse 12. We talk about our workman tools. One day as he was bringing forth the tools for work, he said, verse 13, these tools remind me of the ones we handle in the workshop of the mind, where things are made of thought and where we build up character. 14, we use the square to measure all our lines to straighten out the crooked planes. This our science of the way and make the corners of our conduct. We talk about the workman tools, square. We use the compass to draw the circles around our passions and desires to keep them in bounds of righteousness. We use the axe to cut away the knotty, useless, and ungainly parts and make the character symmetrical. We use the hammer to drive home the truth and pound it in until it is part of our every part. We use the plane to smooth the rough, uneven surface of joint and block and board that go to build the temple of the truth. The chisel, line, plummet, and saw have all their uses in the workshop of the mind. And then this ladder with this trinity of steps, faith, hope, and love. On it we climb up to the dome of purity and life. And on a 12-step ladder we ascend until we reach the pinnacle of that which life is spent to build the temple of the perfected man. Verse 6, life and works of Jesus in India among the Muslims. Verse 7, the friendship of Jesus and Lammas. Jesus explained Lammas, the meaning of truth. Verse 8, I'm talking about Jesus, which is Yahshua. And you let these Moors tell you some garbage. Jesus reveals to the people of their sinful ways. Chapter 9, Jesus attempts a feast in Bihar, and here he is taught human equality. Let's see what verse 10 talk about. Jesus spake on the unity of Allah and man to the Hindus. Let's see what verse 11. Jesus and Bharata, together they read the sacred books. What sacred books? The Vistas and the wisdom of Guanama. Let's see what chapter 12 talking about. Jesus teaches the common people at a spring, tells them how to obtain eternal happiness. 13, life and works of Jesus in Egypt amongst the Gentiles. 14, the ministry of John the Harbinger. 15, divine ministry of Jesus. Come on, man, I can go on. 16, Pilate's final effort to reveal Jesus. Come on, man. Jesus appears fully materialized before Apollo. Resurrection of Jesus. Jesus appears fully materialized. The holy instruction and warning for all young men. Marriage instructions for man and wife from our holy prophet. Duty of a husband. Holy instructions for the children. The obedience of children towards the father. Chapter 25, a holy covenant of the Asiatic nations. 26, our holy instructions of unity. Man, I can go on and on. So what y'all Moors dissing? See? I don't know what Moors dissing. Because they ain't studied their Moorish Quran. That's why Moors should be students. A lot of stuff in your Moorish Quran you don't know because you don't have the Koranic Study Guide. I promise you. A lot of stuff when I talk about the catechism for understanding the Moorish Holy Quran, you don't have the lessons. And then you must be walked through it for you can understand it. Because a lot of stuff is just books. If you don't understand the science, the books don't teach you. It ain't nothing but paper. Our Moorish literature, it's a lot that go with our teachings. I'm not going to go through all this today, but I'm showing y'all I want Moors to become students. Our discover questions. So we covenant, and we have our temple. Our SO Science workbooks. Silent Brotherhood of the East. We break all this stuff down. So I'm going to give y'all a little bit of duality when I want Moors to be clear. I'm going to break a little bit of this down, how the temple was set up again, and I'm done. I'll probably go 15 minutes. Y'all got to stop letting people get y'all caught up when I tell y'all the Moorish Science Temple is set up a specific way. It's only one Moorish Science Temple. You cannot use numbers fraudulently. A bigger nation cannot attain the highest spirituality. I want y'all to know this. So you got to understand the duality of state. Listen to this. I want you to see how powerful our prophets set the temple up. Just like I've set our school and temple up. A state, Moors, is a people permanently occupying a fixed territory, bound together by common law habits and customs into one body politic, exercising through the medium of an organized government. Listen to what I'm saying. Don't take this out of context. Independent sovereignty and control over all persons and things within its boundaries, capable of making war and peace, and entering into international relations with other communities of the globe. So can anybody do that? No. Can the Moorish Science Temple do that? No. We got to take it further. So you shouldn't even want nothing from no Negro that just made you something at home. Let's finish. Or a political unity, concretely viewed. Listen, a state is a body politic possessing sovereignty. You're not no sovereign citizen. That's an oxymoron. Any body politic possessing sovereignty is entitled to be called a state. Follow me. This is a good characteristic to describe the Moorish Science Temple of America, Moors. The people described in the state will be described as the members of the Moorish Science Temple of America. By definition, Moors, of a state, the fixed territory for our state will be northwest, southwest, northeast, and northwest of Maxima. The common law habits will be focused towards our practices in Chapter 32 of the Hurd-Smith Revised Status of the state of Illinois, which can be looked up in the county of Clerk. By definition of state, Moors, the character would have independent sovereignty. In our state is the Holy Prophet Noble Drew Ali. The Holy Prophet Noble Drew Ali is a true sovereign. Moorish Science Temple of America is a sovereign body. We are not sovereigns. We are not sovereigns. We are not sovereigns. We are not sovereigns, but members of a sovereign body politic and corporate. In comparison with the term state, let's now define the term body politic, Moors. Body politic is defined as a social compact by which the whole people covenant with each other and each citizen with the whole people, that all shall be governed by certain laws for the common good. Also, Moors, a term applied to a what? Municipal, a corporation, a school district, a county, a city, a state, or a public association. You got to understand this. So when looking at the term government, Moors, we can see that this term has a connection with the term state. And body politic and state, and body politic and body corporate, hold on. Excuse me, had to sneeze. And we can understand the similarities, Moors. of these particular terms. Watch this. You got to understand where these words derive from. So when you understand government, and it derives from a Latin word named gubernaculums, Gubernaculums, which is defined as the system of polity in a state, that form of fundamental rules and principles by which a nation or state is governed. So polity is the form of government, whether theocracy, federal, anarchy. There are many forms of governments, Moors. But this particular form of government that the Moorish Science Temple of America is known is a theocracy. And a theocracy is defined as a government of a state by the immediate direction of God and by the assumed direction of a superstitious divinity, or that state does govern. And as members, Moors, of this body politic, we recognize the creator, God, Allah, alone, that guides this divine and national movement. A theocratic entity differs from the form of a secular entity. And the Moorish Science Temple of America is a divine and national movement that has divine laws and holy laws that teach each members are to uphold and preserve, and if they are to earn the name of the faithful, as afforded by our Act 7 of the Moorish Divine Constitution and bylaws. See, the Moorish Science Temple of America was established as a religious corporation. First, it was a civic, but you got to understand why he did it as religious. Remember, it takes our nationality and our spirituality to be a complete 5 of a 5th. So deal with the science. The Moorish Science Temple of America was established as a religious corporation by following the affidavit of organization, document 1010-5905. That ain't no damn trust. That form 1099, recorded in the Recorder of Deeds office in the county of Cook, state of Illinois, on August 1st, 1928. So the Hurd Smith Revised Status, Chapter 32, and Act Concerning Corporations, Section 36, Religious Corporation Act, played a huge origin on establishing the Moorish Science Temple of America as an ecclesiastical body politic and corporate. So how can any subordinate temple of the Moorish Science Temple of America, when I tell Moors, it's only one Moorish Science Temple, the rest are subordinate temples. So how can any subordinate temple not operate under the Hurd Smith Revised Status, Chapter 32, Section 36? They're going to make up some lies, because this act clearly states that any church, congregation, or society formed for the purpose of religious worship may become incorporated in that matter. And then they're going to lie to you. Our prophet crossed out elected and he put appointed, because there's supposed to be something under that fez and that turban, according to its uses or customs at any meeting held for that purpose. 2 or more trustees, wardens, or vestrymen, or such officers whose powers and duties are similar to those of trustees, as shall be agreeable to the usages and customs, rules, or regulations of such congregation, church, or society, and may adopt a corporate name, and upon the following of the affidavit, as hereinafter provided, it shall be and remain a body politic and corporate. Are y'all following me? So you can see, Moors, when you study this Religious Corporation Act, and then you glance at the affidavit of organization, which is the original form of the 1099, you can see that our Prophet Noble Drew Ali followed the substantial form of the revised status. And then he expressly organized a ecclesiastical body politic and corporate, known as the Moorish Science Temple of America, by that name so adopted. Simple. So watch this. This is how I end all the confusion and the foolishness of those who say our prophet did not establish a nation state. So I'm going to show y'all. Many might ask, how was the body politic and corporate duly established? And the answer is by following in the Cook County Recorder of Deeds, which I told you, the CCRD. What? The 1010 number, which is an affidavit substantially expressed by our Holy Prophet Noble Drew Ali, himself being the presiding officer. He swore that the meetings of the members was held He stated facts of our power and authority and having the sheiks duly appointed and consecrated. And this instrument is well known as our authority. It's really titled the affidavit or organization. And by definition, Moors, an organization can include a wide range of entities. Or organization is defined as a corporation, government, governmental subdivisions, agency, trust, estate, partnership, association, two or more persons having a joint interest, or any other legal commercial entity. When we go deeper, in order to organize as an ecclesiastical body politic and corporate, at that time when our prophet set the temple up, Moors, a church, society, or congregation, pursuant to the laws of the Heard Smith Revised Status of the state of Illinois, the affiliate had to file in the office of the Recorder of Deeds an affidavit, substantially in the following form of the Heard Religious Society Act of 1872, Chapter 32, Section 36, codified by the General Assembly as of 805 ILCS 110-36 from Chapter 32, Paragraph 165, Section 36. Y'all know I'm telling the truth. And such affidavit or a copy duly certified by the recorder, which is the CCRD, shall be received as evidence of the due incorporation of such congregation, church, or society. So now you got to look at the substantial form of filing an affidavit, and you can look forward to the affidavit of organization. When I tell y'all, Moors, our prophet did something right. So can't nobody make something up that's already been done. It's garbage, and you should want to be a part of nobody that's fake. Our prophet used the revised status. Our holy prophet Noble Drew Ali used to substantially draft out the affidavit of organization recorded in the county of Cook, Recorder of Deeds office. He swore that this affidavit of the organization to himself, signing as Drew Ali, but filing as Noble Drew Ali, ALLI, pseudonym. You got to understand this science. I can go deeper and deeper with the science. So let me give you all a little bit about our rules, so when Moors don't get nothing twisted. We on good time. A rule is an established standard, guide, or regulation, a principle or regulation set up by authority. What authority? If you're under the teachings of the know of our prophet, you should only want to be taught by a real sheik, not nobody that's lying. It's an authority that we must fall under, prescribing or directing action or forbearance as the rules of a legislative body, of a company, court, public office, of the law, of ethics, the 5 principles that we stand on: our love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. Uphold these principles to the best of our advantage, because by living by these principles, you are in accordance with the holy and divine laws of the Moorish Science Temple of America. We do not choose to live by hatred, slander, lewdness, murder, or theft. Our customs and uses are defined as a usage or practice of the people by common acquaintance and by long and varying habit, has become compulsory and has acquired the force of a law with respect to the place or subject matter to which it relates. So the question is, what do members of the Moorish Science Temple of America have as far as customs? The customs that we have are what we practice, Moors. There are the 5 highest principles that we practice daily, which are love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. The Moorish American prayer is a custom at our opening and closing of our Circle 7 Quran and meetings and every day. Celebrating our Prophet's Holy Day, which is January the 8th, and our Authority Day on July 20th. Customs. Simply wearing your fez or your turban are customs. Annexing your bay and your L to all your birth and all to your ID. We have to honor our foremothers and fathers, teaching our people that they are not Negro, blacks, and colored folks or Ethiopians is also a custom and method of uplifting. Another custom is flying our national flag on the land of our ancestors, which is known as the Moorish flag and has been flown in our land for over 50,000 years. And currently, Moors, the Moroccans in the Moroccan kingdom, they falsely adopted our flag and has caused great damage. And the Moroccan flag has been seen by the Holy Prophet Noble Drew Ali since the 20s. And the present Moroccan kingdom in Northeast Africa today have falsely adopted our flag in 1956. I mean, I can go on and on with the teachings. We must study a covenant and our oath, a covenant and an oath. When we look back at the definition of body politic, Moors, we realize that there are important actions that citizens, nationals, and subjects are to make a custom with themselves. And one action that I speak of is known as covenant, Moors. And a covenant of a citizen is an agreement or promise of two or more parties by deed, in writing, signed and delivered, by which either of the parties pledge himself to the other that something is either done or shall be done. So why would you want somebody to give you some fake stuff? Why? Or shall not be done, or stipulates for the truth of certain facts. Are you following what I'm saying? See, as Moorish Americans here in the Mexico now, commonly known as America, under the divine leadership of our Holy Prophet Noble Drew Ali, we are to attend to covenants put in place under this body politic. There is but one covenant for the unity of the Asiatic race. And this covenant is known as a holy covenant of the Asiatic nations. And it's in our Moorish Quran in chapter 25. Right? And when you covenant through the holy covenant of the Asiatic nations, you covenant with the whole people. And the whole people covenant with you. And then we have a pledge. That pledge of allegiance, right? The promise or agreement are the conditions of the pledge itself. So when thinking about the U.S. citizens, I personally used to wonder why the 14th Amendment citizens pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America. But you got to understand, U.S. citizens think that being born here makes you a citizen. And it's not true. U.S. citizens are naturalized, but not nationalized. I hope y'all know this. Research it. U.S. citizens are naturalized, but not nationalized. And it's a big difference. And I'll go on further with that. But to be lawfully a subject or citizen of any form of government, depending on the rules and customs of that society, under its constitution and government, one must subscribe and take an oath. What oath? The oath of amnesty to its constitution and government. And this goes for proclaimed Moorish Americans as well. And by taking an oath of amnesty and reconstruction of the Emancipation Proclamation, all this you get through the temple. An executive order issued by President Abraham Lincoln in 1865. You are a true American citizen, and this oath is to be subscribed by a Grand Sheik, which is an officer lawfully authorized to administer such an oath, and then such an oath is to be recorded in the county. And when the member of this body politic and corporate takes an oath of amnesty and reconstruction, she becomes part and parcel of this said government and returns back to the family of nations, which is the Asiatic nation. So when some Negro print you some stuff, what you doing? Wasted your time. I'm telling you. The term said denotes something declared or before mentioned. So on our nationality card, our Prophet Noble Drew Ali declared we are a Muslim under the divine laws of the Moorish Quran of Mecca. Love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. Then he shows that you are a citizen of the USA. Coming out of a rebellious state, you have to take the said oath to be a citizen of the perpetual union again. So Moors, be clear. When I say the said government, don't let nobody get you caught up in no garbage. It has been used in the Moorish divine constitution and bylaws a couple of times, particularly Moorish in Act 4, 6, and 7. And it denotes, you got to know what denotes mean. It denotes a government in a former time. So to be part of a said government is to be an equivalent of, whether citizen, subject, or even property through citizenship or nationalization. The term parcel, Moors, refers to a part or portion of land, a part of an estate. Parcel, as used in reference to land, generally means a contagious quantity or continuous quantity of land in the possession of an owner, the estate that we partly own. I will give you all that. But do you understand what this means? To be part and parcel of the said government, Moors, is to be a member of the perpetual union of the U.S.A. and in the existing rebellion, like the Confederacy. Are y'all listening? This is why members who take the oath of amnesty and reconstruction are congratulated and welcomed back to the family of nations. This is the true USA Republic form of government in this land of our ancestors here in America. And the question in mind I ask you, Moors, by taking the oath, the covenant, and proclaiming your nationality as a Moorish American under Act 6, are we members of two states, the Perpetual Union and the Moorish Science Temple of America? Don't you want to think how deep our prophet is? And the answer is yes and no. And now that you know we are true citizens of the USA, another question on many minds are, how is a Moorish American duly a member of a sovereign body politic? This is easy. There has to be conditions, Moors, set forth for members intended by the founder, for both agreed upon. I hope y'all listen to this science if this is to successfully take place. How? Act 6 of our Moorish Divine Constitution, right? And bylaws of the Moorish Science Temple of America. Isn't that the agreement between the members and the founders? Research it. Is this not a pledge as well, Moors? Our Holy Prophet Noble Drew Ali expressed that to be a Moorish American member of this body politic, you have to proclaim it. Teach our people their nationality, which is Moorish American, and divine creed, which is faith of Muhammad. To know that we are not Negro, black, color, or Ethiopians, and proclaim a free national name, El or Bey, and exchange the person and effects will be redeemed. That's right. By the Holy Prophet. That's why we need to meet and greet. I'm telling you. And a inhabitant of the north and south west shores of Africa. I'm telling you, Moors, once we come under the auspices, I'm telling you, I got the government. All we got to do, I just need the people. More study marine time and admiralty laws. And this is a beautiful position to be proud of. Moors, I'm thankful. You should be thankful to be a Moorish American member of this body politic and corporate. Man, I can go on and correct the teachings. Even that fee simple absolute. See, that's defined as an estate, limited absolutely to a man and his heirs as assigns forever without limitation and condition. An absolute or fee simple estate, Moors, is one in which the owner is entitled to the whole property with conditional power or disposition during one's life, and descending to the heirs and legal representatives upon one's death, like a legal trust. Intestate. Such an estate is unlimited as to the duration, the disposition, right? And by fee simple absolute, man or grantor of the estate would be who? Our Prophet Noble Drew Ali. And their heirs would be the Moorish Americans with our free national name, El or Bey, annexed to our birth name, annexed, which means added to. So be careful, Moors, not to throw away your name for a morsel of bread, which these lying Negroes be doing. And since our Holy Prophet Noble Drew Ali is the owner of the whole property, Moors, his position of the estate is the holder in due course. Look up what holder in due course mean. A holder who takes an instrument for value in good faith and without notice that is overdue or has been dishonored, or of any defense against or claim to it on the part of any person. A payee may be a holder in due course, Moors. Man, y'all got to follow what I'm saying. I hope y'all know this, Moors. So, I told y'all that 1010 is not no trust. That's an affidavit. Persons, trust, titles of the holy state. Let's be clear with something, and we done. I'm going to talk about the sheiks of the Moorish Science Temple, and according to paragraph 164 of the Herd Smith, there shall be 2 or more of his members and trustees, sheiks, wardens, and vestments, or such officers whose powers and duties are similar to those of trustees, as shall be agreeable to the usage and customs, rules, or regulations of such congregation, church, or society. Remember, I told y'all, Moors, just because Moors be call themselves sheiks, that don't mean nothing if they know nothing. They can be a damn trustee. Y'all hear me? Even by reading the paragraph, you can clearly get an idea on why there were 5 sheikhs, officers, or trustees noticeable on the affidavit of organization at that time. The sheikhs were Noble Drew Ali, A-L-L-I, Meli L, Maul Bey, Lovett Bey, and Foreman Bey. And they were voted in, but they were appointed, not elected. Our prophet crossed out elected and put appointed. So you got to look at the term appointed. And appointed means to assign authority to a particular use, task, position, or office. And this is also why our prophet used the term appointed. Power and authority was given to those sheikhs who were appointed and consecrated missionaries of our prophet. So what types of entities were appointed? The answer is persons, capital P. Notice that the term persons on the affidavit of organization, it was in all caps. Watch this when you get these Negroes talking about caps. And I'm like, man, you wasting your time. As most people would ridiculously express. You didn't know that you did what? You didn't know what you did? Yeah, I know what I did. Sheikhs are what is considered interest persons. Look what interest persons is, which include heirers, devices, children, spouses, creditors. When I be telling you are a business, the Moors be missing what I be saying. Beneficiaries and any other having a property right in or claim against a trust estate or the estate of a descendant, ward, or protected person, which may be affected by the proceedings. Are y'all listening? It also includes person having priority for the appointment as personal representatives. What we talk about, trust, a living trust. When someone acts as your what? Your living trust of your estate, when they actually assign your name. I hope y'all follow me. And other fiduciaries representing interested persons. The meaning as it relates to particular persons may vary from time to time and must be determined according to the particular purposes of and matter involved in any proceeding. That's right. So to act on behalf of a person, you can carry out and enforce the functions of that person under the state of wherever you were authorized by them to act as a what? As an agent. Y'all ain't listening. Y'all ain't listening. All our lives, we work unknowingly under a fictitious person that was given to us by the states. I'm telling you, I can tell y'all about trust law. I don't want to stay y'all into that. I can give y'all what a trust is, but that's deeper teachings. I can teach what an express trust. We go all on with these teachings. I can teach you common law, what deeds, all this stuff. We must know this. But I want to be done, man. I hope Moors put it on their heart to be students, because once we able to ship everything out, we're going to get back into teachings. I hope everything go right, man. Everything be done. We have our meet and greet this summer. If not, we'll push it back. We get our physical temple in here. And just because you're not physically here in Arizona, you're still going to be a member and a student, and you're going to learn just like you was taking online colleges. And you're going to learn systematically, and your children are going to be teach systematically. I'm done. Any more questions? Yep. Yep. All we got to do is do things legally. I'm telling you, man. We can do things legally and lawfully. The laws protect us. The religious laws protect us. Stop letting these goofballs just hustle y'all for some piece of paper. We don't need that garbage. We don't need that garbage. We are people. We don't need nobody doing that. If we a body politic, what are we? The religious laws protect us. Once y'all members of the Burning Bush Tabernacle Science Temple and School, the religious laws protect us. We Muslims, we follow under a certain creed. I'm a Sheikh, nationalized through the temple. I'm able to teach this science, man, to y'all. I ain't coming making no fake ID, talk about this some more science temple of the world. No, I'm a Moor, I'm an adept. I have real degrees in the world. I created a temple in the school, which is tax exempt. And we're gonna teach our women, children, and babies. And we're gonna build. And we're gonna have our own land and our temple. Any more questions? Any more questions, Moors? Thanks for the donations, Moors. Thanks for the donation. Islam Noble. Appreciate it. Yep, I told y'all, once we get everything popping, when all the members be sending their donations in systematically so we can depend on it, we're going to be off YouTube Moors, and we're going to be on our web page, and all members and students will be able to go on our web page. You'll be able to see all the lectures. You'll be able to go in there and watch them live or anytime you want. All our items will be on there, for you can get all our items and all that good stuff, Moors. Islam. But that's how we're going to do it, man. We're going to build. And I need y'all help. We can do it. We can do this more. I promise you, Moors. Any other questions? Any other questions, Moors? Any other questions, Moors? I'll be telling Moors, you must know how to navigate. Your national. When I talk about our feds being our national headdress, we're under national headdress. Your religious laws fall under that too. Just like under human rights, your civil rights fall under that. So Moore just asked me about the military. Just like I said, you got to understand, you can wear your turban in the military. So it's way how you navigate. You annexing your B and your L. Moors are missing what I'm saying. You must proclaim, declare, and have due process. When you sign and stuff, you telling them who you are. You annexing your B and your L to your name. That's letting them know who you are right then. I promise you. You can go through the temple if you want, if they're going to be righteous, but we're going to do it the right way. If you want to go through a temple, if the temple is the right, but a lot of that stuff, you don't have to do it. If you're going to proclaim, declare, and have due process, and annex your B and your L to all your birth name and your college IDs and your driver's license, and then understand the laws protect you, that you can wear your your turban in the military. You can wear those things and in court. Y'all got to be clear with this. That's why I tell Moors to become students. I'm not going to just be answering things, because if Moors is unclear and you're not a student, I won't answer it. Any questions? No more questions? Told y'all we done, man. Any questions? Thanks for the donation, Moore. Any questions? I'll answer it quick. Anybody else got anything quick they want to ask or something on your mind? Nothing stupid about no religion, because I don't deal with that religious stuff. I do not have time to be asking nobody religious connotated questions. I ain't rocking with that. Any more questions, Morris? We got one more minute. All right, I got you. I got you. Anybody got, we got one more minute left. We count down. I'm giving the chance to see if anybody got something to say. But I told y'all, when we get our temple and our web page to be up, Moors, nothing to be online. All in our web page. You be able to get your fez, your turbans, books, all jewelry from us. All our funds are going to be in-house. All Moors that have items, they're going to be able to be on our page. And once you make your sales each month, you just got to give a small percentage to the temple. And we negotiate all that with everybody that has things to sell. And we're going to sell to our community so our dollars can circulate in our community. We're going to shut everybody out, man. Already got people that make all the jewelry, everything. We already get the fezzes and turbans. Already make the hats and all our clothes and all that. All our money going to stay right in our nation. Watch. And we're going to X everybody out. And we're going to be giving our $100 a month. Easy. Everything is tax exempt. So, nobody don't have any questions. I'm done, Moors. Y'all do it? Islam? Islam Moors? I'm glad. Evidently, I answered all questions. Islam Moors? At least respond to Islam before I can log off. Islam? Sound slimmer. Okay. Islam. All right, Moors. Like I said, I want to thank everybody for the donations, man. You know, we appreciate it. And Moors, when we give lectures, if you have it on your heart, I know it's a trying time. I understand that. But when we give lectures, Moors, if you have it on your heart to give $1 every time we speak, I mean, if you can give $5 when we speak, that's fine. We don't ask for much. It's donations. We know we giving $100 a month. It's all tax exempt. Can I go deeper on Ruth the Moabitess? Man, it's right in the Bible, man. You can go deep right in the Bible with Ruth the Moabitess, more. That's right in the scriptures. That's the genealogy of Yahshua the Messiah, noble. That's why I said when Moors become students, I would teach on specific topics. That's why I say I would teach on anything. If Moors give donations, I would teach on any topics. All the Moors can be like, this is what we want to be spoken. The more get donations, I speak on it. But I just don't want to be all over the place because I'll be speaking forever. That's why I want Moors to become students. And if you're not a student real, no disrespect to you, noble. I've been courting you for a long time. A lot of people are going to be deleted, and it's no disrespect to nobody. You know, I give everybody time, and I'll be honorable with everybody. And people be on here for a while, and they following, and they don't give a donation and things, and then they ask me things, and I'll be patient. I'm like, okay, it's going to be a minute where you cannot find me. And that's what I'll be telling Moors. And I'm not saying you specific more, but you know, more. I'm not about to answer that. That's for another teachings. That's for another time. I can't get in that. What I'm saying is, a lot of people ask questions and they're not members and students, and that's why a lot of times I don't answer them, because a lot of people just be want me to answer their questions with no sacrifice. So I done told y'all, man. I promise you, some more is going to look up tomorrow and they're not going to be able to come on the page because you've been on this page forever and never gave a donation. And I'm like, man, if I'm feeding you and this is nourishment and you won't even give a good gesture, I think that's disrespectful, and I think that's no class for a person to continue to come on here. And we have students that give donations every time we speak and monthly dues, and the person come on here over and over getting the science and won't even give a donation. To me, I think that's no class, and we give our funds other places. And we ask things. I tell Moors, when you give a donation, you get a lot of my books. So I'm telling y'all, Moors, a lot of people will be deleted, and I'm sorry. Come tomorrow, a lot of Moors that's asking me questions on this page, you will not be able to be on here anymore. You have my email address. You better holler at me and say something. If not, oh well. Islam.